I've seen some pretty bad like quarantine mullets out there that have been like not so great. So it'll be really awesome to revive this and just give it some life again. Hi, I'm Justine and I'm here at the Beardbrand Barbershop, and today we're gonna revive a mullet.
So it can be like a bowl cut in the front.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So however high you think will look good.
Yeah, I'll probably take a little bit more like under, so that when this texture falls over, it like drops over a little bit more. So but you can still have that bowl cut look. Yeah. Do you want this like a half or a one?
I usually go skin.
Skin? Okay. I'll do that then.
Because my hair grows fast.
Yeah, I'd say I'd rather it be shorter through there than not.
And then the top, I don't know, like so like if I were to have a mullet, it would probably be like a European like hype beast. I don't know, haircut where it's like super textured on top.
Yeah, so let's definitely add in a bunch of extra texture through here where this is a little bit like shorter and broken up. Yeah. It's all kind of building up against the front here. And I don't mind where your length is here, but let's piece it out a little bit more. Yeah, I just want to like keep it where you still have that like look, but we'll just kind of lighten it up like so that way whenever you have like all these little pieces that come over, you'll have more texture, you know?
Right.
And then we'll kind of like fix the angle back through here and then take care of the back by just trimming it up and then texturizing it out so it has that flow.
With the sides, I know like is it cool if like to do like a 90-degree kind of like that's kind of like the
like more straight?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You kind of have it at like a little bit of an angle right now.
It was an angle, yeah. Last time I got it cut,
it'll look better to bring it up. Yeah, to do that 90 because it'll be like even more intense, and then you'll see the break between here and here instead of like that drop down where it kind of disappears, you know?
Right. For me, it started off as a joke. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And then all of a sudden, it just got really popular during quarantine because it was like a quarantine cut apparently.
Yeah, and I feel like it gave people the time to do something like fun and different that they might not be able to like normally do.
Yeah, 100%. Are you from here in Austin?
Yeah, I grew up here, grew up in the hill country, and honestly, Dripping Springs.
Oh, cool.
And I loved it, but I think just like, I always knew, even growing up in the country, which now it's kind of like expanded more into almost just like the suburbs, that I was kind of just destined to be in the city. There was something always about it that called to me. I ended up in Denver, Colorado for a couple of years, working at a barbershop up there. But I will say, coming back to Austin, like I've just like learned to like love this city like all over again.
How did you get into barbering?
I kind of started while I was in college. Like I was going to college and I would just cut friends' hair. Yeah. Just for fun. Somehow they just trusted me, probably because I talked them into a lot of like things back then. Once I kind of started doing it more and more, I kind of realized like I was in school for the wrong thing. I was like, I need to leave and I need to like go to hair school and actually like pursue this as a career. What's the longest you've had your hair? Because I mean, you've got some length on it now, but have you had it longer than this before?
Yeah, back in my scene days.
Yeah.
I would say the way the back is, maybe around there, if not a little longer. You know, with the whole bangs and straightening your hair. And
with the heavy side swoop.
Yeah. I miss those days. The careless of just going to shows and
I know.
Sitting overnight just to get into a free show.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the dedication when you're younger like that. Yep. You know, I'd like to say that I'm slightly less dedicated to that these days, but after being in a quarantine for so long and not getting to go to shows and listen to music, I would totally do that right now just to go see like a good show, a good band to play. But I know there's been some shows and stuff going on. Like people have had to be creative, and I miss the going out to shows more than just like going out to the bar, because I realized that when I would go out the most, it was for a show.
Right.
You know, and it's like, we make it like a whole like night, you know, fun. But now you can see where, I mean, I cut off already some of the angle, but you can still see how it's angled down and where your fringe is kind of up there. So we're going to take off a good solid, like,
heck yeah,
half of an inch, if not a little bit more.
It's hard to see that in yourself.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
cut it.
definitely. We're going to kind of keep it like a bowl cut shape, but since your hair is so thick, kind of like point cutting out the ends like this and texturizing it out, I think it just falls better and it lasts a little bit longer too, you know, without getting like an ultra heavyweight line. I'm a huge fan of sea salt spray, so I've been using our sea salt spray in here a lot to kind of like prep like fresh cut hair, because I do want to kind of like dirty it up a lot. Yeah. So when I'm done cutting it, I'll prep it with sea salt spray, blow dry it in, and then we can put like a styling balm, like a wax in there, so you can try out the combination and see what you think.
Heck yeah.
Let's try to establish how short we actually want your texture on top. Do you want it like fairly short, or do you want just a little bit of a trim off the top?
Just enough for it to be able to lay down.
Just to lay down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like I mean, it's thick, so there's just like a point where like if it's too short, it will just stick straight up.
Yeah, if we did an inch, it'd be too much. So let's just kind of trim about half an inch, and then we'll blow it out and see like where it's sitting, and then we can always break up the texture once it's dry again.
For sure.
That way we're not overdoing it. So I will not be blunt cutting any of this. It'll be better just kind of keep adding texture. It'll just kind of help with the movement of it. It's not just going to be like puffing up on top of itself. Yeah. The hair will kind of push itself to kind of like lay down a little bit nicer when it's a softer cut. So adding the texture through, by point cutting it out like this, it'll allow it to like not just be like one giant block of hair on your head, you know? Yeah.
Where did you go to school at?
I actually didn't go to a barber academy originally. I went to the Vidal Sassoon Academy, which it was here in Austin, but the thing that I liked about the most, I liked the style of Sassoon. They did a lot of stuff with like point cutting and texture and harsh lines and angles, like structured bobs. So it was fun. And honestly, like I've taken some classes kind of all around like the United States and here, just to do continuing education, to pick up new techniques and learn from other people. So I like to say like that's kind of where I just learned how to do
like new things.
New things constantly, yeah. I'm going to continue doing that. I mean, I do makeup and I do color, and I'm constantly trying to learn from other friends that's like what they specifically do. Yeah. So it's fun that to practice on each other. Would you like to see the length from the top to the back? Do you want to see it kind of drop down dramatically, or do you want to see it more kind of like blended, like into the length?
Maybe blend, because I've noticed
a little bit more blended.
Yeah, because I noticed the way it's kind of it's like right here is super like out, and then the bottom is like super out from
That's
there.
What I was kind of
like super like not flowy.
That's what I was thinking too, because all that weight is just, it's still sitting right there.
Like,
yeah, so I think it kind of creates like a real like flat, like heavy look. So this, if we kind of blend it in a little bit more, it'll bring out that texture more for you through there too. Yeah. Let's do it. I've actually had a mullet myself, and it was probably one of my favorite looks that I had for like the longest time.
Really?
And I would have a friend just go in and kind of just do whatever, color it and I honestly just sat in her chair and I'm like, just go to town, like have some fun with it, like, because I was bleaching it out and getting it colored so much that I needed to get cut often anyways.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, just do your thing. And she would have a field day. She'd come out with like a few different colors, like sometimes like 5 or 6 colors. She goes, oh, this is about to be a good day, you know. But I knew it just like, it made her really happy too to
just do something that,
to get in there and do something.
Not doing balayages over and over and doing
absolutely
same thing over and over, cookie cutter stuff.
See, and that's another reason why it's like I love being in the hair industry, is like I got to express like my own creative side and do like crazy colors and fun hairstyles, and I didn't ever feel like there was somebody to tell me that I couldn't do that, you know? All right, we're gonna connect this little top section with the bottom, just going straight 90-degree angle here, and point cutting off some of the dead ends so we can keep all the length. Well, we gotta lose a little bit, but only half of an inch, because I feel like for this look, the longer the better.
That's right. What music did you grow up listening to?
Honestly, a lot of different stuff.
Did you grow up listening to freestyle?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, my dad's like always been cool enough to like show us those kind of things, and again, my parents were always very like relaxed about what we listened to, and
yeah, you know, just shows in Georgetown at some warehouse.
Oh yeah. So I got it almost like 90% dry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the rest of the texture like this, and then we'll just style it out a little bit more for you. And
heck yeah.
For me, like for a look like this, I don't mind blow drying it. I just don't want to like over blow dry it, because I feel like you're not gonna do that probably at home all the time anyways. But to get it at least like mostly dry so you can style it and put that finishing product in, I think helps a lot.
I straightened my hair in the back the other day. It brought like old memories.
Of those scene days?
Yeah, dude. I used to wake up 2 hours ahead of time just because of hair.
I just remember like all the punk kids like actually using like, yeah, Elmer's glue or like,
yeah, dude.
like egg whites or something like that. And I was just like, wait, what's in your hair? And they're like, oh no, this is the only thing that works. It's just breaking up the edge pieces so it's not so thick and clumpy at the bottom. Hopefully it starts to feel a lot lighter kind of as I break it up a little bit more. I kind of like to do this fan technique because I can kind of go in and just break it up in a little bit more of a way that's not like completely uniform. Same thing on the top. I'm going to kind of like follow through the texture going from back to long, but doing a little bit more spaced out cuts to add texture in there. I'm just gonna slice cut through the front a little bit. And you can kind of see where it gets a little heavier in there. Those are those areas you want to break up a little bit more. how it's still kind of that straight across, but you got a little bit of a more movement kind of through the edges. So for a little bit more texture and weight out, I'm just gonna comb all this forward and do some light slice cutting. I'm not cutting too deep. I'm kind of just trying to cut the surface and break it up just a little bit. I already used the Temple Smoke sea salt spray, so I'm just going to go straight Temple Smoke with the styling balm and keep the same scent. But this stuff's great. It's not quite like a dry like clay wax, but it's also not like glossy like a pomade. It has more of a natural finish.
Okay.
I say it has kind of like the consistency of a smooth butter. But it shreds real easily because it won't clump in your hair. See, it kind of like disappears.
Oh yeah.
A little dab more for the back. And same thing, whenever you're at home, like don't be afraid to kind of get it in there and work it in.
All right. Yeah, the back is kind of I guess struggled with, yeah, because I didn't really know. At the top, it's like...
Top's easy because it's in the front. The back, just kind of work it through. And like I said, I don't have it like fully like 100% dry. So the good thing is you can work it in there and then not touch it and then just let it dry and set.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid to kind of like work it through the end so you get like that movement and that pieciness.
Right.
You don't want to just smooth it in because then you just get like a very uniform like plain look, you know?
Yeah.
Good old leftover hair around the mask right here.
Whoever knew sweat could smell so good? I did, because I've been using Beardbrand's new deodorant. Grab it at beardbrand.com.